This conference will now be recorded.
Just a second, guys. Guys, can speak anyone?
Hello.
Hello,
Thanks, guys. Yeah,
can you able to hear me?
yeah, yes, it's fine. Actually, like mic is connected for inbuilt mic or headphones. To test that, I asked you guys. Okay, now let's. What I'm sorry, guys. Like power disturb has happened. I don't know. Like I said here, it won't happen. This is not a good time to start. Actually, I thought it was festival mode to start. No, fine. No worries. It's everything is good for us. The next what we do, let's one more thing is a very important thing is like even when you go for any companies and all now, this is the very one definitely you guys are touch going to do this. Okay, like as how much cost optimization, like as which kind of instance we are using, which kind of instance we need to select, which kind of like as how much we can reduce the time, and then like as which like as choosing for right instance is a very big decision actually. Okay, that's you need to be spend some time to check for this, sir. Okay, tell me now, how can I decide that? First of all, which type of instance, how much RAM, how much CPU, and then how we can decide that how much data storage. No, you can't decide that. First, what you need to do, you need to ask that who are using this application, like who are using this EC2 instance. Is it developers, or is it deployment level, or is it used to install a Jenkins software, or it is used to like as deploy an Access server or SonarQube server or anything. That depends on the which why we are using this instance. In case if it is developer instance, okay, you are going to be creating a one EC2 instance and giving access to the developers, then we need to talk with the developer and then can decide that which type, how much RAM they want, how much CPU they want, how much GB hard disk they want. Then decide that and give a right in like right instance to them to access to them. Okay, that is what we are going to be provide for. And in the real scenario, we never be provide for key for them. We need to create a one user and giving access to him. That's it. That's what we do. Okay, like as you guys are knows like how to create a user, right? Add user and then create that password. I think even if you the fresh like as the new guys are don't know 32 bash. Okay, that we'll discuss in our Linux sessions. Okay, how to create a user and all. The next topic is that. No, that's not that is anyway that is a simple thing. Okay, it's not a big thing to create a user to give access to the Linux system. Definitely we'll get to know that our entire course minimum 3-4 places we are using that same. Fine. The next what we are going to do like is the cost of like how we can calculate the cost. Right now what you do when you go for EC2, okay, like as when you search that AWS EC2 pricing, you can go this website. This is the page. For every service we have a pricing uh, page for that specific EC2, like as S3 pricing, and then CloudWatch pricing. Every service we have a pricing page actually, and then go there and then choose for the which type of instance we are choosing. You are going to be on demand or spot instances. Let's go mostly if you are right like as on spot you are creating an instance that we are calling dedicated instance. Okay, that we'll discuss what is the difference between the spot instances, reserved instances, and all. The next. Now, see, so go for the which region you are going to create, and then remember, guys, the charges also different region they have their charges actually. Okay, like Ohio is like as let's say North Virginia is the lesser charges compared to our Mumbai region. Sir, why is our charge like as it's a very less cost over there means because of like as like as how many people are using that. Like as if you have the more popularity than the specific region, it is a cost is less actually. Okay, that's what they are going to be calculated charge. Like even I'll show them one small difference here. For example, let's go for US East one. Take US East. North Virginia. Just choose this EC2 instance, and then instance type. What I gonna do? General purpose. Okay. General purpose. General purpose instance is, let's say, T2 micro instance. Just let's T3 micro. Let's go for that all. Choose for like search with the T2. Let's say just search for the micro as of now. Okay, it's choosing actually that specific instance here. T2 micro they are not giving here. Let's say take for any instance. Let's take any instance. Let's say T3 medium. Okay, let's take a T3 medium. This is what are the charges like 0.0416. Remember this 0.0416 is a T3 medium instance for which region? It's a North Virginia region. This is the North Virginia region for this instance. Which type of instance it is? It's a T3 medium. T3 medium. Okay. And choose the same instance for in the different region. Even this also will reduce the cost for you. Okay. And then choose for Mumbai region. Asia Pacific. Pacific Mumbai. Pacific Mumbai. Okay. Now see this. You can see the difference. The same instance, it's a little bit variant is there, right? The same instance is a little bit variant. Now that depends on your region. This is a North Virginia, it's a Mumbai region. It's a based on the region also it will be charges are different variant. Remember that also very important point. And then like as you can go on calculation here, like as this is for like as how to do like as it's a hourly rate here. It's a hourly rate here. Now, sir, hourly rate it's little bit now we need to calculate for monthly how many hours and then weekly how many hours for day 24 hours then into 20 into like 30 let's say calculate this. Now you can calculate that windows are like we need to be calculate that. You can calculate like as how we can okay you can calculate like as like 24 into 30 and let's say 30 720 hours 720 hours into like as this amount as whatever the amount we have, right? We need to calculate this and we need to give to monthly usage how much, how many dollars is that into this amount. And then this is $29. We need to pay for like nearly $30 for monthly, except tax, like tax. Okay. Then we need to pay for on top of it, tax also will be there. Then we need to be calculate both and then we can, this is the actual price, not tax price. Tax is a different again. Now we need to give this number. Sir, it's very difficult to calculate this for instance, right? Now instead of that, do we have any other option? Yes, we have a very good option. For this one guy, what they did, they implement the one tool. That tool we can use that for EC2 instance specifically. Okay, earlier it was EC2.sh. Now they changed this script actually. The script got changed. Now see here. See all instances type they you guys can't see this properly now. Let make a zoom actually. Oh my god. Now you can see here. Now you can see here. And you need to be choose for which instance it here. Okay, then next what you guys will do like EC2 RDS API documentation. Only three services they are providing this price for calculation. Mostly EC2 RDS we can calculate the price, let's say. Then this option we can easy for us, not for every service, only two like three services we had EC2 RDS API documentation. I'm talking about EC2 level. The North Virginia region, first select the Mumbai region, let's say, and monthly wise you want, or weekly wise, or you annually wise you want, like monthly wise you want. And let's say which type of instance. Oh, p3 medium, let's say. Now this is instance. Now you can choose for this. It's a monthly demand, like as on demand instance. This is the what it's what happening for your region. If you go for your region, this is a $32. This is what you need to be pay for this. And this is a Linux reserve cost. So reserve cost, why it is less, spot instances why is less, and now let's discuss about that also. Okay, let's discuss about this now. Is it clear, guys? What is on demand instance cost? This is the actually with you don't have any offer. Okay, now what happened, right? In organization level, what will happen, they will give the some offer services actually. Now what happened, if you are going for your organization, I'm going to use this kind of instances. Okay, only this type of instances. If I choose, then how much percentage you are going to be give for me, like as percentage wise they can reduce that. For example, you are choosing for like as reserved cost. Okay, reserved instance means you are reserved the specific instance to the AWS guest. Array Babu, I'm using mostly this type of instance. Now tell me how much percentage we can give for me discount. Now they will give this discount. Okay, now if those guys are reserved instances, we can go for this amount we need to pay for monthly this much instead of this. That is months. Now what is the spot instances means? It's kind of simply the bidding kind of. Okay, for example, it's we can get a like as here like as 10, like a 30 to 40 discount here, 30 to 40% discount, and here we can get up to 90% discount we can get here. Okay, that depends on the usage, depend on the bidding. Now what depend, like we can bidding for these instances. Okay, now you are making a big bidding for this amount. Now the that many number of instances it will be like as coming to your account actually. For example, let's say I want 10 T2 micro instance, for example. Now I want to create a EC2 instance spot, like a spot instances level. You need to select your price, how much you are going to be tender the price. Okay, you need to tender that price. Then if the tender price is applicable for you, the 10 EC2 instance will be added for your account. Then you can use that. Now this instance what happened, right? It will be happen anytime terminate. Okay, that before terminating these instances, what they do, they will send some like some alert message to you. Arey Babu, your tender amount is crossing, that other guy is tender this much amount. Now that instance, these instances is going to be assigning to that guy. You are, if you have any data in your these instances, take a backup of this. They will send sometime, and they will give some time, and then we are going to be take backup. Then that will be instance will be clean up automatically. It will assign to someone. Sir, it will be some we lost the data if you not taking means. That is the reason for working level we are not choosing for spot instances. We are not using a spot instances. That clear, right? Now that is what it is means. Now if you go for AWS EC2, now see that critically. Now that is what we have a where it is. Let's go for AWS EC2 pricing. AWS EC2. These are the information are very very important, guys. Okay, when you go for real time, this must be knows this. Now see on-demand instances, spot instances, savings plan, dedicated host. Okay. Now see here, what is a on-demand instance? On-demand means just go and take that instance, and we need to pay for full amount for this. Spot is EC2 spot instance request to spare amount of EC2 computing capacity up to 90% offer on-demand price. Spot is recommended for application that have the flexible start and end time, application that only feasible to very low compute prices. Users may be urgent computing needs to large amount of additional capacity. Now for example, when kind of application you can use means, maybe they can use for any analytics like as big data or those things are they are doing, right? Those kind of people they may use. Even my Kubernetes cluster also using the same thing. Okay, we are also using a spot instances. What happen if that instance will go down, other instance will still enough for us, and that parts will be reside. That you guys are don't understand that those terminology, you will understand when I'm going to be discuss about the Kubernetes architecture and all. Okay, leave it about as of now. And this savings plan, again what they do, they are giving us for as a savings plan. Even we'll get a, like a lot of savings here, like as they will give the 1 year 3 years term. Okay, and then they are providing for some percentage of discount for us. And dedicated host means this is a more cost actually. Okay, like as dedicated, that basically whatever we are creating on demand instance, it's a shareable resource. Shareable resource means in a same VM, there are multiple people come and they create a EC2 instances. But if you dedicated host means that mission is yours. No one come and sharing that resource. That's what it is. Now a dedicated host is physical EC2 server dedicated for your use. Dedicated host can be help you to reduce the cost to by allowing to you use accessing the server bound software license, including Windows Server, SQL Server, SUSE, Linux, Enterprise servers. Okay, like as for example, you have made making a sensitive data. Okay, like for example, let's say you don't want to more you want to more secure that your dedicated host, but it's very cost actually. It's very cost. But for that also they are going to be give for discount for you if you want to talk with them. Now every company they have a some discount for every service they are going to be accessing. AWS guys, what they do? You are started a new startup company. They speak east to guys. They have agreement. They have bond. Okay, they have signed up the signature, and they are going to be say that this much we are going to pay, this much resource we are using. Okay, if you are not using, even still you need to pay for them. We have a customer support. Okay, that customer support also different types, like as on-call support, or else maybe chat support, or email support, or maybe let's say yeah, in-person support. There is a different supports are there. Based on the support, they will be charged for you. That support also how it will happening, how much, for example, let's say today this month I have the 200, like as let's say $2,000 happen. Now 2,000 happens means that's particular percentage, 10% or 20% or 30% on your billing for customer support. Okay, like as for example, like as your on-call support, or let's say I guess chat email support, then 10%. Maybe in-person support, maybe 30%. In-person support means you have some problem in your AWS servers. Okay, you are unable to find the figure out the what is the issue. You need to call them, and they will connect your system, and they can be fixed that your issue. That what actually like a supporting. Understand, right? Based on that also it will be happening. Even that also you can see your billing section. Go for your billing dashboard. You can see if you go for bills, you can see last month bill and all, like it's August bill. If you go how much bill happened, for me it's happening for the $6. Okay, why it's happened? Now we can see that now this is the EC2, like as I choose more than 750 hours like free, and that's the reason it will be happen. Maybe I use for different instances like T2 microwaves or anything. Let me choose, like this is a Mumbai region I'm choosing. Mumbai region, it's a billing has happened. Why it's happening? Now this is the data I may used, NAT gateway I may used. Okay, 6 hours I used for this billing happen. NAT gateway I'm using for creating VPC and all. It's happened. That's the reason. Now this is a T2 micro instance. It's happening for 120 plus hours I used. $0 happen. And T2 medium instance I used for this. It's happened for $0 to $72 is happened. And EBS storage, okay, this is for general SSD. This is I can use for some more than 30 GB. That is the reason it has happened for my storage. You can see like as why it's happening billing under which resource happening. And then even you can go for uh, here. And for example, once let's go for cost explorer. This cost explorer dashboard, it may take some time to enable for you. It may take 24 hours to enable. If you already requested, you may get this, but if you first time it will say for enable, I click for previously, that's the reason it's showing for me. And if you are not enable this dashboard, it may take for 24 hours to create for you this. See every month which date I am using which one and why it's charging for me, everything you will get to know this usage of this. Okay, this is what is very helpful for once you join any company, which service using it, how much, which date is acquiring which one, everything you will get to know here. Okay, and then other thing is go for even, okay, even they will recommendation for you. which savings plan you want and which instance you want, and they will be like, yes, they'll give some suggestions. Okay, and then let's go for savings plan. If you go for savings plan, now they will have a different savings plan, compute savings plan and easy to savings plan, uh, SageMaker savings plan. The compute plan means comes under the EC2, ECR, ECS forget. There is all things will come, but EC2 means it's only dedicated instance. Up to 72% we can get. Here 66% we will get the price. Dedicated instance means the OS, TNC, EC2 instance, everything is you need to be fixed. This M, like as I'm using M5 X large, that instance only you need to use. Even if you less or high, that still you need to be fixed, that instance only you need to use. That guys, they can go for this option. But whatever you want, you can use. You can go for compute savings plan. But you will get a 66% discount here. But till 72% will go this. Previous company I used this actually. Even present company also we are using this savings plan. We can save a lot of amount this, but you need to pay for them immediately. Like as they have a three options actually, like as partial payment, full upfront, or anything. Now based on 1 year plan and 3 years plan, it will be less cost will happen for you. If you go for purchase savings plan, if you see complete savings plan, EC2 savings plan, SageMaker. If you go for complete savings plan, take a 1 year one, and then here all upfront, partial upfront, no upfront. No upfront means you can pay for after 1 year. Like you will get a less discount, like a 10% or 15%. If you take all upfront, you will get up to 66%. You may get all upfront means 1 year amount you need to pay before only. It's a prepaid kind of. It's a no upfront means it's a postpaid kind of. Okay, these are things like as when you go for any AWS administrators. Okay, AWS architect, they are going to do this kind of work actually. Okay, fine. And then one more thing I'm going to show you guys. For example, let's say once you are create a AWS account, you don't want to deduct your, like as if you do something, sir, your billing happen, right? Are you paying for this? Basically, I'm not paying for these instances, like as whatever it charges happen. Not only this month, like if you go for, actually, let's go for billing dashboard again. It's a cost management dashboard again. Billing dashboard. If you go for every month, I'll get a bill. Let's see. This is the July. July is happen for 0.11, like as this is bill is less such a, this is September, maybe this will get, sir, you pay for this amount means no actually. Even after, if you're not paying 2 3 months, 3 4 months, what they do, they deactivate your account if you're not paying. Now why it's not paying means, if you see billing preferences, just click this billing preferences. There is a one option, okay, like as here receive billing alerts. Okay, that's option. I think payment methods are one. Go for payment method preferences. Now there is a payment method. There is a enable recurring payment. Check that there is a checkbox is enabled or not. If it is enabled, just disable that in your account. It means it won't happen in the recurring amount payment means every month automatically debit your account actually. Okay, just disable that option. If you are enabled, it won't happen for auto deduction. Fine. That's what. If you are enable this, just disable that right now. If once you open your AWS account, go for billings and then payment methods, then disable this. By default, so disable only. In case some accounts when enable, just make it disable this, make it disable. Fine, guys. Then what I'm going to do, let's go for EC2. I'm talking about EC2. This EC2 pricing, this is the, like as this is very important, guys. I'm going to share this link, keep it this backup. Even if you don't know, if you go for what you do, EC2 info, just do the EC2 info, search in a Google. This is the website, instant just vantage.sh. EC2 info, if you search, you will get this link. Open this link and then do whatever you want. Okay, I'm sharing this now. Spot instances means I told, right, you will get a discount 90%. I'll show that. Okay, yes, it's a temporary issues kind of. Okay, you don't know when it will be go on down. Fine. They have spot instance lifecycle and all. Okay. If you want, you can read it more than in official documents. Then go for EC2. Let's go for how to show that EC2 instance level. Now I'll go for, you guys already knows that Linux mission. Just again, I'll show one more time for just for how we can go for AWS instance creation. When you go for services, choose that all these services. Okay, like what are the services you want, that based on your usage. Sir, are we are using these instances, these many services? Actually no. Okay, like as whatever business applications, ER, like as artificial intelligence, or VR, and front-end website, mobile application integration, AWS cost management, analytics, okay, and then security, identity management, governance. There's a lot of services they had actually. Okay, everyone using, if anyone using for all this, like as whatever they use in this, they are going see blockchain, robotics, satellite, quantum technology, customer enablement, databases. They have different services they had. They can choose for whatever you want: EFS, FXX, Glacier. And then EC2 we used in the containers level, ECS, and then ECS service we can use, EKS server we can use, S3 we can use. Okay, and then RDS level we can use RDS different database, and then migration here. I think it's a here VPC, CloudFront, Route 53, API gateway we may use. Okay, and then we may use actually API gateway for secure purpose. Okay, transferring the data. Okay, direct connect, app mesh, it's a routing purpose. Okay, global accelerator for catching purpose, and then these are DevOps tools actually. Code commit, code build, code artifact, like as Jenkins and all, how like as GitHub, Jenkins and all user, right? We are using this kind of tools it is. And let's say go for the, here we can use the CloudWatch and CloudFormation. If you are using for Terraform code, instead of Terraform you want to use that CloudFormation, you can use this. Okay, and then if you want to ops work means like maybe Ansible, and then Chef we are using, right? The same thing in AWS you can use this ops works. Okay, and then Amazon Grafana, even Grafana we have here, CloudWatch. Okay, those things we had here. And media services, I've never used anything here. Analytics, maybe Athena. Most of the data science team they are using Athena, but we are not using anything. Like as cloud search, Kinesis is one kind of database. Again, this is the data science people may mostly use that. Okay, guard duty and sector can, yes, these are all security level services we are using. WAF sealed. These are all. Okay, and then yes, these are IoT applications and all. Okay, and then goes those kind of things we may use. Okay, like as okay, elastic catchy, we may use the Redis level. Okay, elastic, like it's not elastic search we may use actually. Okay, like this elastic search, elastic, it's not there. This elastic beanstalk we may use. Okay, and RDS, S3, Route 53, couple of services in DevOps level we are using this. Okay, like as auto scaling, as all those things comes under EC2 only. Okay, auto scaling, and then those services comes under here only. If you see load balancing, auto scaling, everything comes under the EBS. Everything will comes under the here only, EC2 level only. Fine, but this is also different services, but they are added inside the EC2 only. It's the comes under EC2 only. Let's talk about the EC2. Now, if you don't have any instances, what we are going to do? Let's create a EC2 instance, launch instance, and don't choose anything here options. Don't, my AMIs means if you create your own AMIs, I'll discuss this AMIs, how to create AMI and all. Okay, right now we don't have anything. Go for here, quick start AMIs, and committee AMI, marketplace AMI means all people what they do, they are going to be selling their AMIs here. What is means? For example, let's say you want to use like a Kubernetes installed AMI. Means someone is installed, someone is configured everything for you, and then you can use that simply. Now what you do, we need to pay for them every month. Okay, like instead of you don't have a setup, you don't know that, then you need to pay for them and you can choose that. That scenario we can choose for this marketplace AMI, community AMIs, are those kind of things. Okay, here this marketplace AMIs, what they do, that is what it is. You can sell your image here. You can sell for your image here, and then there are some of free is there. And for example, let's say Kubernetes. Just now, what I'm going to do, I want to search this. What they do, they have couple of images they have. You can select this, for example, and we need to pay for this actually. Don't choose these things, but I'm choosing that what does mean the option here. Okay, if you choose this kind of instances, this much amount we need to pay for like hourly. Okay, right now that is means marketplace. Just go for quick start. We don't have quick start in Kubernetes. Like just simply OS it we have, and see that what is the free tier eligible. Then choose those kind of instance only. Select the free tier eligible, and then you need to choose here, and still you can see here only free tier eligible. Then you can choose that kind of instance only. The next, don't choose other things. Even if you choose any, sir, it's a lesser than this, right? If I choose this T2 Nano, they will charge, yes, first hour itself they will be charged for you. Okay, then go for this. And then if you can see number of instances, how many instances, if you want to create a 5, 6 or 3 or 2, you can give the number here. If you give the two instances will create the same configuration for us. Okay, if you give the one, only one instance will be created for us. See, launch auto scaling group, new VPC, new subnet, new directory, new IAM role. These are all we'll discuss in the upcoming classes. What is auto scaling group? What is a VPC? What is a subnet? What is IAM role? These are all we'll discuss in the upcoming sessions, guys. Okay. Right now, these are default. When you create a AWS account, they will give a default VPC, one default VPC for us. Now, for example, like say you want to create a 5 EC2 instance, then you don't want to dedicate it on-demand instance. You can purchasing option, request spot instances. Now you can choose the spot instances. Now available zones current price is this. Now what you do? You need to maximum price how much we are going to be spending for this. Now this is the current price. Now we can choose for how much we want to spend. Now this is the right. We can give the like a 0.05. If no one will be bidding this option, what they do, we can uh, give this request. Now whenever this bidding is happen, and that time your instance will be assigning for your account, then you can use that. That is what it here. Spot instances, the present price is this. Okay, that's close that. The spot instances purpose. Now here the next placement group. This placement group means you want to create a same AG or different AG. Okay, like as it will be increasing your bandwidth actually. Okay, like as fast accessing purpose. See, launch instance in the placement group benefit for greater redundancy, higher networking throughput. Means it will be fast accessing. We can get that, but we can leave it about this. This maybe if you have written an exam, AWS exam, they're going to ask in exam question on this placement group. Okay, and then capacity reservation, like as it's a open. Okay, if you don't know any what is the option, just click select a I option here, just move mouse on this I, you will read this information what this means. All that is the way you can understand these options. What is this option will do? Capacity reservation, reserve the capacity for your EC2 instance in a specific available zone. You can launch instance into capacity reservation if you are matching attribute. Not don't choose this. Okay, if you are choosing dedicated, then it will be like as maybe charges, more charges may be applicable or anything. Just keep it as it is default one. Okay, like as domain journey, no dictionary anything. Even I've never used these dictionary things. IAM role, we'll discuss this IAM role later session. Shutdown before the stop and terminate means if you want to directly whenever stop, there is no option stop. You can if you want once your usage is done, if you want to go terminate, directly terminate. There is no option come to the stop. Then keep it stop actually, but default one. Hibernation behavior means, oh, if you enable the hibernation means what the hibernation? You guys knows, right? Now where you left your server, the same all. For example, let's say I open 10 tabs here. Let's say browser, go to meeting, everything. Now instead of here power off, actually, if you can see here power off, now I have, if you go for power, there is a two options are there, right? Sleep, shutdown, and restart. Basically, what happened? No, if I enable the hibernation, even hibernation also may comes here. That means that option will we can enable in your laptop. What is the hibernation means? It's kind of shutdown only, but when you start your computer, what are the apps we open right now? The same thing will be come to the your picture. That is a hibernation means. Now, even though in your browser, right, there is a one like that is a system level hibernation. Hibernation means where you left your all your apps, those option will be start from where you left, where you close your system. That means what is the benefit you will get? You don't want to open again, reopen everything and open that where you are previous stage, right? Everything will come same. Even browser also, for example, let's say I am opening these many tabs, right? Now what happened? When I go for here and settings here, just I'm showing this benefit. Okay, if you don't know, you can choose this. Now let's say we can choose your option. There is a on startup, continue where you left your off, means like what happened if I open 5 tabs here. Okay, then I close this browser. When I reopen the same browser, what happens? Like, let me close this browser. I close this browser. When I open the same browser again, okay, that is for my, that what are the tabs I closed, all the tabs will open for me. Okay, I don't want to like spending time to search again what are the tabs I opened previously. Okay, that is the benefit, we'll get that option. The same, the hibernation also same kind of actually. Now what are the apps we open, it will be fast, we can access. That is the meaning of that option. Okay, and then I'll show this just. Okay, then keep it that default options are there. Go for this. Now the main things like is spot hibernate behavior and then enable termination protection. Now if you enable this, what happen now? When we are deleting this instance, like for example, you say you are creating this instance is very important purpose. Okay, someone don't want to terminate this. Okay, someone don't want to terminate this, then you can enable this option. Now when they're terminating this, what it will show you, Array Babu, it is protected instance. If you want to terminate this, first you need to settings, you need to disable these settings, then you can able to terminate. Until then you disable this option, you can't terminate. That means someone if by mistakenly when they are doing that option, now it will remind them, okay, Array Babu, if you want you can disable this option, someone is protected this. And if you want to do this, if you have admin access, you can do. Okay, they can also do that settings. Okay, then it will give the one more option for us, you want to shut down or you want to keep it that. Okay, when you are like someone is created, that time you can protect that. Like CloudWatch action means you can monitor more options here. We'll discuss this CloudWatch, we'll get later, but it will additional charges are applied. You can see most of the time additional charges are applied. Don't choose this. Okay, it will be charges for more. And this advanced details and user data means it will be give for something like, for example, when you're creating your user instance, you want to install any softwares, then you can choose this option. You can choose this option. Okay, we'll use the next sessions this. No 8 GB. Oh, no, there is a different types of storage again. Okay, this is very very important for when you're returning exam. Okay, GP2, GP3, IO1, okay, as input output read. Okay, IOPS. Okay, if you IOPS means if you are any big data applications or all, this IOPS we are choosing this. Okay, no provisioned IOPS, SSD, IO1, IO2, and then magnetic standard. What this means now? This volume type general like yes. Okay, this is very important exam question. Maybe one or two questions maybe comes in the EBS features actually. At what time we are choosing the right EBS type, volume type. What is the highest performance SSD level, highest performance, highest durability SSD volume design, highest performance latency service, sensitive transactional workloads. Okay, and then it's a general SSD, lowest cost SSD volume. Okay, this is a GP2. This is for general purpose. No, that is based on your IOPS and here. Okay, that will be charges happen, and then percentage also durability. They will give options for us at use case at what time you need to use this. Okay, and they will give a scenario. I want to do the no SQL relational database query, and which type of IOPS we can choose that. Okay, and then I want to less cost. I want to less cost with the very fast and all. Now what we do, we can choose for which this one or this one. Again, I guess cost wise here. Okay, like as throughput, it is like as 4,000 Mbps, set like as 1,000 Mbps, and they will be give like as different scenario based questions. You can choose the right IOPS level here. The like as hard disk, okay, like a same. We have a hard disk, right? Different hard disk. SSD. If you nowadays you guys can see that, right? Now when you buy the laptop, you can do different types of storage now. One is SSD, one is like as normal storage hard disk. What is SSD means like as it will be a like kind of RAM. Okay, it will be give your fast performance your instance. Now, for example, when you go for my laptop, okay, let me show this. Just I'm comparing for your laptop to that actually. Okay, when you go for here, Windows C, this my PC, go for properties. Okay, and you can see here like as your like as your instant server information. Okay, and you will find out that this is a 8 GB RAM and product here, and then hard disk pictures also will be show here. Edition version installed, even this clock speed. Mm, that is not showing here. Storage level is not showing for us actually. Let me storage settings. Now if you can see here, see this is the 237 GB temporary files it is there. Okay, anyways, leave it about these things. Okay, it's time wasting things. Now when you do for Windows C option, now okay, now maybe this is the one. I think this is for SSD drive it has there. SSD it give the 250 GB, and then remaining like a normal SSD for like 1,000 GB, 1 TB, let's say. Now what happened, it will be give like a different type of storage. Okay, actually when you even when you buy a laptop, right, that time it will show this SSD means it will be a kind of it increases the performance your instance. The same way your EC2 level also we have different types. Don't choose other instances, but because based on your EBS, which one you can use, we can choose that. And you want encrypted or not, we can choose this here. You want to encrypted data or not, we'll discuss this encryption later. Okay, what is encryption, what is the KMS encryption, what is like a different kind of encryption mechanisms are there. We'll discuss this kind of what is the KMS key, alias key, all those things. If I choose this option coming means maybe I may have like as you may don't have like as okay, we need to create a key for this. Okay, one KMS key we need to create, that alias name will be come here basically. And this is how much storage you want, like as up to 30 GB is free for us. Okay, if you want more than that we can choose this general purpose SSD or magnetic. You see these two types only is free. If you remain things if I use, then it will be chargeable for I like as from like this storage purpose they are this hard disk separately. Okay, not only instance type, this storage also they will be charged again. I'll show that, right? When I choose my billing section, bill section, it will choose for hard disk EBS volume is a separate charge happen, and my instance type also it will separate charges happen. Okay, that is what it is like yes. Okay, that is hard disk also there will be separate storage, separate cost will be happening. Choose the default one. Don't choose anything. Okay, as of now, when while you guys are creating. that use case, like as you can go for this use case and then read that features and what work they are doing. Based on we can use that SSD. Okay, I'm sharing that also. It's definitely there, Josna. That option definitely should be there. Payment method enable checkbox. It's definitely should be there. Your AWS account. You need to log in the root account. Okay, root account means what are the account you created. AWS account. Okay, this is very important for this chart when you are preparing an AWS exam, right? This chart will give a lot of like minimum 2-3 questions they comes under this. Okay, remember this. The chart, entire chart, if you read properly, you may clear the 1 or 2 questions in the exam. Fine. The next, like as this is a tax. These are tags are very helpful for you when you are, let's say, filtering purpose and then billing purpose. Okay, then let's say this is Ubuntu and let's just for example, let's say Jenkins server, just what are the naming convention and business unit, let's say this is a company name, which company purpose we are, like we have multiple clients. For example, let's say Accenture, like this. For he is my client, I'm going to do for him. Okay, like as I'm going to use a different kind of, no, BU name is Accenture, and then let's say uh, like as environment, let's say it's a staging. You may have the different tags we can give here. Based on this tag we can filter it out. For example, let's say all, while creating every resource, not only EC2, it can be S3, it can be EBS, it can be EKS, it can be Road 53. Any resource we are creating, we'll create a tags are there. Tags option will be there. The tags will be give a filter purpose, like as how much charges happen for monthly, this so and so BU, so and so on. Okay, it will be easy to filter for you which environment, like a dev staging level, how much is happening in a staging, like for this in Accenture, or like as which BU means business unit. Okay, for this company how much charges happen, that we can give the real-time scenario like this. Every resource we created tags are very important real scenarios. And remember, these are 22 port default port. If you want to add any rules you can do, and or else you can any name you want to do. My security group here, can give the description for why you are creating this. Okay, like as meaningful name, yeah, to understand very easily. As of now I don't mention anything, just leave it about this. 22 is fine. 20 is a sh port. Then we can review things whatever you are setting this. Just review this and launch it. This keys, if you already key there, you can choose this, or you can create a new key. Okay, this key already have, just do this. And this, for example, one more very important is, for example, I am the Mumbai region there and I create a key here. If we switch on the different region, this key won't be available. Means the key is region specific. The key is region specific. If you switch the region, the same key is not available. Again, you need to create a different key purpose, that instance level. Remember that point, very important. Okay, then view instances. Now this instance is created. Just I given a name here. Okay, name is coming. Now what is the purpose we can do? Name. Okay, like as here, the name is a tag colon, like as for example Jenkins. I given that name, right? Now I can find out here. Okay, there is a two names I given, Jenkins. This is a previous one I created. I stopped it there. I just created now this one I can able to access here. See, okay, you can filter like as in real time scenario. We have a like as 150, 200, 300 servers may have in your AWS account. Now we can't go like this one by one searching, right? Just we can use this search bar and then get that immediately one. And this is option. Okay, at tags level we can do, see there is a 3 tags are there, right? I can choose for BU, and then what are the BU's names are there, the tags you can filter very easily. This is the one feature. And then building level, another feature. That is the reason we are creating a tags. Clear, guys? Hope it will be very helpful for when you do for real-time scenarios. Okay, fine. The next what I'm going to do, well, if you want to access this, we can connect, select this and then go here. Sorry, EC2 only you are taking this much time off. Okay, don't worry guys, because these every point whatever discussed, right, definitely you feel when you join any companies, definitely will work for each and every point in real scenarios. When you join any company, every point is important for you guys. Definitely will be touched in that company. Maybe interview point of it's maybe not useful. Now see guys, present working, like I am this project like as that, but you know my files, my keys are available under this path. You can see this is the JMS key 31 PM file, it's available. Sorry, if I select it will be select and go connect, copy this command. This PM file is current path, I am there, just I'm selecting this. I'm choosing EC2 user because of my default user of this image is that EC2 user that I discussed, right? For Ubuntu has the different users. Let's say default username, EC2 usernames, and then go for this. Oh my god, even this document itself they given. Wait about this. Okay, now okay, same document is open. Even we have this page. I think this I shared in the previous sessions, if you guys remember. Just again one more time, I'm opening this. See, this is the one. Okay, if you're choosing for Amazon Linux, this is a default user. CentOS, this is a default user. Okay, and either anyone. For Debian, this is the one. Fedora, this is the one. And then RHCL, this is the one. SUSE is the this is the one. Okay, based on that, we can choose this. Remember this very important point. Okay, as I connected this instance, I'm successfully connected this. If you want, you can use whatever I want. If I want to install any softwares, if I want to practice Linux command, if I want to write shell script, if I want Python script, what if I want to install anything, you can install, you can use that, whatever you like it. Once create a your EC2 instance, and then once it is done, there is a different options are there: stop, reboot, and terminate. If for example, let's say sometimes these health checks are not passed actually. Okay, 2x2 checks are there, right? What is the 2x2 checks passed? Even very important question they're gonna ask. For example, let's say my status checks is 1/2 is there, right? What is the 2x2 checks passed? What does mean here? Basically, when you go for status checks, there is a two checks are there. One is the system status checks and instance status checks. There is a if two things are fine, then it will be 2x2. Either 1/2 is happened there, it will be show in the not blue like a green tick mark, it will be a like a yellow eye option will be there. Okay, that time you guys can come and see the health check. Maybe these checks are monitored, the AWS system required this, the instances ensure they are functionality properly. The instance is functional property, the system checks is passed, then it will be fine. If it is anything is system level issue, then what happen, no, it will fail. Then instance check means it may be monitor the systems and networking configuration. If any networking issue something happen, this will maybe fail. Then that time what we need to do, sir? Simply you can reboot it, that's it. There is no another option. Okay, if it's still not coming, like something has happened this instance, okay, still not coming up, 2x2 checks is not coming up, then something is happened. Then you need to take a backup of this instance data and you need to recreate the new instance. Okay, how to create a backup? Then instance state and then instance settings are, let's create image and create image, that is you are coming to the new AMI. We'll do this later. Okay, right now leave it about this, we'll discuss in some other time whenever required. Okay, and let's create it now itself. Now go this and no reboot, you can click this mark and then give the name here. Let's say my instance, something just simple. I given a name here, description also why I am creating this, and then general purpose SSD. What are the storage you given, the same storage, but it takes some time to create image. Okay, Don't reboot. Like RS reboot, if you connect it now, it will be stopped actually. If you uncheck that, okay, you must just check that box. Now what happened? No, these images, right? You can go for EMIs. There is which we are creating. This is creating now. Okay. Don't keep this is when you go for my launch instance, right? This EMI will come for us. Then you don't need to do anything. Like what are the you install softwares? What are the data you copied in that hard disk 8 GB? All data will be come back to you. Okay, this is the what they will ask interview question in the AWS level. For example, in case you lost your EC2 key, private key, if the PM file I lost, then how to take a backup of that instance. Now what you do, you need to create an image. Okay, then next, and then that image you can create a new instance. That is the one option. There is another option, EBS volume. Then take a volumes here. We can attach this volume to whatever you lost data, right? This here. That is another scenario, but whatever we learn these, right, these volumes we can attach these volumes to the new instance that may come up with your all the data backup. See, when you create instance, right, all these instance are store this 8 GB 8 GB 8 GB instance data. This is a hard disk data that comes under the volumes. Okay, this is the snapshot. This snapshot is just we created. That is the AMIs. If you go, that is ready, private is available. Then what has been here, if you go for instances, launch instances, my AMIs, L8 was empty, right? We can see now it's coming. Now select this and choose that instance type now. And here, then you must choose the not lesser than that. You must choose more than that. Like 8 GB, the AMI instance is there. You can do 8 GB. The everything is common, but that instance type, whatever it may be, you whatever the volume you create, right? The same data will be come back to you. Then you can choose the new key here in that case. Then use the new key and then we can back up your data, everything data, whatever you create the previously. There is a scenarios. You may be lost the key, you may be the instance is not working, not functioning. That scenario we can create a images. And be careful, once you are done that, just remove that. Don't keep it that. Go for my MS and then action. And then what I do, deregister, then gone, and then go for snapshot. If it is still there, go and then delete this. That's it. Okay, then leave it this. Even for example, let's say you delete the instance. If still this, like as this volumes is there, come and clean up these volumes also. Okay, but my instance, there is a lot more instances are there, stopped instances, but still this needed that. Okay, that's the reason I don't want to delete that. Okay, this is where we can create a EC2 Linux machine, and then we can access the different scenarios and how to backup. Make this is the 2 3 interview question they're gonna ask, like here. One is that 2 by 2 health checks level when you last PM file key. Okay, how to backup your image. Okay, there is a lot of scenarios they're gonna ask in your EC2 level, and how to choose the right instance. How do you calculate the like a cost of your EC2 instance? Okay, and those things they are gonna be ask you in the interview point of questions. Is it clear, guys? Clear now? And then Windows level, I'll show the Windows also. Same, launch instance, go for free tier, and then there is a Windows system, right? Let me take any Windows system. Let's take a free tier eligible only. Okay, base with containers you want, others 21 base. Select any one of these two Windows systems are free. Even this also Windows free. Okay, this also Windows free. Anything is free. Okay, select anything. This Windows system and micro instance free one. We can by default is just this one only, and this is the one instance is fine. Keep it as it is. Settings, network, and all. And by it is for Windows system, you must be select a 30 GB. There is no option for you. Okay, then you can, if you want, you can reduce that. Try to reduce that. Even if you want previous one, previous, previous, you can try to reduce. Let me what happens. I'll give 15. Let's see what happens. Taking. Okay, and then this RDP, like as for connecting your Windows server, RDP is the protocol. If you're connecting your Linux server, SS is the protocol. RDP default port is that 3389. No, Windows security group. Okay, and then we can give the like proper meaningful name for this. In case the worst scenario, you already have existing security key, then choose that whatever you want. Already have the key. Means the security group we can reusable. Security group key like ports and all we can attach for multiple instances. Okay, same security group we can attach for multiple instances. Remember that. Also very important point. You don't want to create a every time the different security group. Even one security group we can attach the multiple instances, then launch it, then choose this key. I already have this key in my system, downloaded this one. Same key we can use for Windows as well as Linux. Then launch instances. See over here, it's open happen, the error is happen. Why? X minimum it's a 30 GB is mandatory. Okay, previous screen. Okay, let's go for previous here. Okay, let's give the 30 GB here. Understand, right? Now go on that storage. Minimum 30 GB is not enough for Windows system. At least we can take at least 1 TB. That based on your use case. Okay, it will create your Windows instance now. I didn't give the tags here. That's the reason the name is not coming. You can give the edit the tag here also. Just this tag is nothing. The three tags is not applicable for in this scenario. Only that tag, the name of your instance is there for filter purpose. It takes little bit time to connect this instance, guys. I don't know just now. This option is not there. Maybe the new account or what not there. It should be, guys. You have an option, right? This is maybe which is based on the reason they may be not like that. I'm not sure. It should be there. That's fine. Now see, and then once it is done, then go for connect and the download remote desktop. Just download this and get password. It may take some time. Password is not available yet. Please wait for the 4 minutes after launching your instance. Okay, we need to wait for 4 minutes. Open this, connect this. It's needed for your password. The password, it takes 4 minutes of time. Wait for 4 minutes. This password what will ask? It will ask our PM file. We need to upload your PM file. It will convert your PM file to the your AWS password. Then we can choose that password to give access your Windows server. Okay, so, but the rare cases, like I used only one AWS Windows server in my entire my experience. Why I am using means there is a one Tableau server like as which we are using for BI tool. For that we use that Windows server. Okay, then after the few days actually we deleted that also. Okay, this Tableau is a commercial one. We are paying for a lot more money for that. What we are done, like as my company people itself, they implement their own server, like kind of Tableau server. They create their own dashboard. Nice dashboard they created. The session manager means we can connect through the online actually, but we can RDP client. RDP client means that we are remote desktop which we are allowed to learn. That is the RDP. This is the RDP client. Okay. Session manager means in the browser itself we can access this instance. but that is not a good thing option. Then we can go for this. Now let's connect again. Get password. Okay, now it's open. Now what I'm going to do, choose this file, the PM file. Go for date and then go for DevOps and AWS keys. The 31 PM file, right? Not PPK. PM file you need to be download, upload. Then you can decrypt the password. Now this is the password. Copy. There is option to copy. Go for Windows RDP and paste here. Okay, uploaded your PM file and it will be converted into decrypt that option. Then we can get this, copy this clipboard. I pasted here. Then now you can don't ask me this connection every time. Just enable, then make a yes. Now this is my Windows server which we are provisioning just now. Not my Windows laptop. This is my AWS Windows server. AWS Windows server which we are going to be, but it's little bit slow because of the RAM and CPU. Okay, because it's a less RAM and CPU, right? Pre-tier we are using. That's the reason it will be very slow. Wait for a minute. It's a little bit slow. Clear, guys? Clear now? Whatever you want, you can do this. It's a kind of your Windows server. Same how we are using Windows system now. We can use this. Then we use rarely this option, okay? But if you want to do connection, you can do this and remain things like as normal. Go for command prompt. You can search for this and you can search for command prompt here. Let's say you can do command prompt. We can go for command prompt. We can do whatever you wish to here. Installation, all the things. This is the way we can connect for Windows system. I'm closing this now. Then what I'm going to do after this, I'm terminating this instance state. Terminate this. Terminate this. You don't want that. Okay. Even this also I'm terminating this. Only one we can select at a time. Instance settings. And then terminate this. Stop. Fine, yes. Okay. The next session in upcoming weekend session, what we are going to do, we are going to discussing about IIM and S3. S3 will start. IIM and then S3. IIM will finish for 1 hour, 1.5 hours. Then next we'll start the S3. Okay. Next session we are going to talk about this. Upcoming session also S3 and then cloud front. Maybe S3 you won't complete it in that time. We can discuss about the S3 pending topics and then CloudFront will discuss CloudFront and then let's Elasticsearch like CloudWatch, CloudFront and then CloudWatch will discuss this. That's the upcoming weekend. Okay, I am at that. Fine, guys. Any questions? Yes, Siva, like yes, the tax is for only specific that instance which I create. If you want to do, you need while creating your EC2 instance, you need to do every instance that same. Okay, the tags are applicable for specific instance. Yes, because any questions? Because you are unmuted. Okay. Any questions, guys? That's for today, and then let's meet for as usual tomorrow class for your 31st, 32 batch. Okay, morning batch, and then evening batch your regular classes. Okay, fine. And tomorrow for as usual your classes, guys. Okay, this is for separate. Fine. We'll meet you in the tomorrow morning, 7 o'clock for your 32 batch. Next class next weekend only, next Saturday, because for this AWS continuation, next Saturday we'll start. And this as usual, the weekdays Monday to Friday, 7 to 8:30, and then evening 8 to 9:30. That as usual. Okay, like 8 to 9:30, guys will go for Docker as usual your classes, and morning 7 to 8:30 you guys will be the still this week complete week will takes for Linux. After this week, next week we'll start the Git actually. Okay. Okay, guys. See you on the tomorrow session. Bye, guys. Not the same link, guys. Okay. Actual, you guys can join your own batch links. Okay. Even I'll remind you, like, is even the link. Whatever you guys have joined the previous week, right? Monday to Friday, you guys can join the same link. This next weekend link, I'll update in the before Friday or something or Saturday. Friday, I'll update the new link for this weekend batch. Bye, guys.